I'm super excited to talk to you about The Safe Man. One thing that I really love is Brian is like a character who kind of realized he is the bridging between two worlds. What would you say is Brian's flaws and motivations as a character, even if we as the audience can't visualize it or like hear it?
Oh, interesting. Well, yeah, like you said, he's kind of being pulled between two worlds. I think he can be a little bit stubborn. I think he obviously kind of comes from this life of crime and he's running away from it, but I think that there's something, like his family was kind of in a life of crime, but I think there's something to that still kind of pulls him in a little bit, and I love a character with that kind of duality who can, I don't know, is being pulled in two directions. I always think that's really interesting, and I think that just speaks to how good Michael's writing is.
Yeah.
So
hey,
this
hi.
is hi.
Hello.
So this is.
You said clockwise. I don't know why I was surprised. No, hello.
We're gonna change the game already.
Yeah.
So voice acting, this is not new to you at all. Which do you prefer though? Acting in front of the camera or voice over work?
I don't know if I have a preference. I know that's kind of a cop-out answer, but they're just so different to me. Like being on camera has its own set of challenges, and you have to really make sure that you have a rich interior life that the audience can see. But with voice acting, I mean, I love it because I can just kind of show up in my PJs. Like it's a huge benefit. But you don't get to communicate ideas or thoughts or motivations through your eyes or your face whatsoever. So you have to put it all in your voice. And usually what you do in a voiceover booth can be seen as like overacting if you tried it on a real set. So I just think they're so different. There's this actor, he's a voice actor, he's in a lot of, he's also in like Barry and stuff, he's incredible. His name's J.B. Blanc. I did a video game forever ago called Lord of the Rings Shadow of Mordor. I'm like a very small part in it. But he kind of took me under his wing and like kind of taught me how voice acting, the rhythms of it and how it works. And I just thank JB for everything. Did I answer your question? I don't know if I did. I like them both. I really do. Yeah. Hi, how are you?
I'm great. Piggybacking off of Teresa's question a little bit, I love the backstory of how things are done when it comes to audio. Are you guys together when you were recording it, or are you separated? I feel like if you are by yourself recording the lines, it's difficult to play off of the emotions for that. So are you guys all together in the room when you do this, or? This
is one of the rare occasions. Usually when I do voiceover, I'm by myself in a booth, and there's people on Zoom who are wonderful, but they're directing you, and a lot of that was COVID. But this was, we recorded this probably about a year ago, because I remember just getting back from, maybe 2 years ago. So I remember just getting back from Comic-Con and then going into it. But Titus Welliver is in the project, but he's also directing, and we were in the studio together, and he was like directing me for scenes where his character wasn't involved, and then he would just read opposite me for the scenes where his character was, and he did such a great job, and we really bonded. I love Titus. We've hung out a few times since, and he's just the best. So no, it was a really creative way that they recorded this. They would often have sequences like where there's action or something where I would be like running through the hallways of the studio. Like they just let me loose, and they put a lav mic on me, and I would just be screaming in the hallways. But it was cool because it's, it gave you that feeling of, like hecticness, and also that this was just like a real moment happening in real time, not someone in a cushy booth. Yeah, I was really impressed with the whole team. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
How you doing, Jack?
Doing good, man.
What was it like working with Michael Connelly to bring the detective story and supernatural elements of this story to life? Did he provide any specific directions or insights to help shape the performance?
Well, I love both those genres so much. Like I think that's a big reason why I signed on. Is I love crime movies and I love horror movies. I've done a slasher horror movie, but I've never done anything like supernatural. And I love a good ghost story, and I just love the combination of those two genres. And I think he did such an incredible job bridging the two. And that was really like the reason why I signed on, and also just because it's a really well written story. Like I was just reading the script, and I was like, I couldn't stop turning the page. So yeah, no, it was a no-brainer for me. Hello.
Hi. So your character Brian is dealing with this idea of can he change fate? Can he stop it from happening? So what are your thoughts on that?
Can you change fate? I really hope fate's not real. Man, wouldn't that suck? If you were ever destined to do something. No, it's funny. I think Michael did a really good job of like making fate something really terrifying, which I don't really see too often. And that was like a big reason why I signed on. Do I think if fate exists, do I think I could change my fate? Probably not. I mean, Brian tries so hard, can't do it whatsoever. So no, I'd be helpless. Yeah.
Hey, so as a multitasking millennial, I wanted to ask you.
That's how I introduce myself to everyone. Hi, I'm a multitasking millennial. Yes.
How are you able to effortlessly pivot from multiple projects while still maintaining the authenticity that you're known for each character you play?
Oh, thank you. I feel like projects either find me or I try to go for certain projects that I would be a fan of regardless of my involvement. Like I remember when it comes to something like The Boys, I remember reading like that first script and being like, I have to be a part of this. I'm just going to try so hard in this audition because if I'm not Huey, I would want to be like I'll be an extra in this thing. I love this so much, and this was no exception. Like I read it and I was like, oh, I would really enjoy listening to this. So I would love to be involved. I think that's just all those nice things you said to me, just put them on the projects, because like the people who create these things are just wonderful storytellers, and it's just been the honor of my life really to just learn from all of them and just see them craft these amazing tales. It's awesome.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Hello, Jack. So there has been a lot of conversation right now with some actors talking about the baggage that they carry when they have very intense roles, like person like psycho killers or supernatural in this case. So in your case, what do you get from Brian? How do you deal with those emotions? And do you think doing like a Audible original or podcast does it lessen that part?
No, it's interesting. All you just have whatever baggage you're carrying, whatever you want to. It's funny, some actors work with like stuff they've experienced, some actors work with just their imagination. I'm a little bit of both, but I think the challenge of an audio drama is that you have to just, whatever that is, you have to communicate it all through your voice. It's not even like a cartoon where you have an animated character representing you, you have to make sure it's just, I don't know, the audience is looking at the car ahead of them, or like just they're at home cooking. So you have to make sure that's all coming from your voice. That's the biggest challenge. But I think with Titus directing us, we were in really, really good hands. Yeah, thank you.
Yes.
Okay, you got it. I'll make it.
Yeah,
Hey.
Slovak Republic.
Hello.
Can you share a memorable experience from one of your roles that has influenced your approach to acting?
Ooh, a memorable experience from one of my roles. Oh man, it's a really, really good question. I feel like every project I do, I learn something new. I did a few projects this past year where I think I learned more than I've ever learned in my life. I don't know. I just watch people. I think that's really my thing. Is I really try to just observe people who I think are truly wonderful at what they do, and I feel like I've been really lucky to encounter a lot of those people. Like the cast of, I don't know. I feel like I've been really lucky with casts. Like everyone's amazing, and this one I really learned from Titus. Like he's just such an incredible actor, and he's such an incredible director. It was just we truly bonded on this project. I really enjoyed that. But yeah, like everyone is just a well of knowledge, especially on this project. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Thank you.
All right. Take care, everybody. Have a good day.
Thank you.
Thanks so much for your time.
Yeah. Thank you. Do widzenia. In Slovakia we say goodbye. Do widzenia.
Do widzenia. You're amazing. Thanks.